Why does Compatibility View disappear for some websites? E9 displays the compatibility mode button for some websites, but not for others. For the others, I can still enable it by adding it via Tools and GT, Compatibility View settings, and then it behaves as expected. Why doesn't this button just show up always? Is there a way to override that?
Presence of the button depends on this type of meta tag. Document compatibility in NBSP modes. With recent versions of Internet Explorer, these modes can control the features that are supported by web pages, and the ways in which pages are displayed. Emulate E8 in NBSP mode tells Internet Explorer to use the directive to determine how to render content. Standards in NBSP mode directives are displayed in Internet Explorer 8. Standards in NBSP mode and quirks in NBSP mode directives are displayed in E5 in NBSP mode. Unlike E8 in NBSP mode, emulate E8 in NBSP mode respects the directive. Emulate E7 tells Internet Explorer to use the directive to determine how to render content. Standards in NBSP mode directives are displayed in Internet Explorer 7. Standards in NBSP mode and quirks in NBSP mode directives are displayed in E5 in NBSP mode. Unlike E7 in NBSP mode, emulate E7 in NBSP mode respects the directive. For many websites, this is the preferred compatibility in NBSP mode. E=5 in NBSP renders content as if it were displayed by Internet Explorer 7's quirks in NBSP mode, which is very similar to the way content was displayed in Internet Explorer 5. E=7 in NBSP renders content as if it were displayed by Internet Explorer 7 standards in NBSP mode, whether or not the page contains a directive. E=8 in NBSP supports many established standards, including the W3C Cascading Style Sheets Level 2.1 specification and the W3C Selectors API. It also provides limited support for the W3C Cascading Style Sheets Level 3 specification, Working Draft, and other emerging standards. E=9 in NBSP provides the highest support available for established and emerging industry standards, including the HTML5, Working Draft, W3C Cascading Style Sheets Level 3 specification, Working Draft, Scalable Vector Graphics, SVG, 1.0 specification, and others. E=Edge in NBSP tells Internet Explorer to display content in the highest in NBSP mode available. With Internet Explorer 8, this is equivalent to E8 in NBSP mode. If a hypothetical future release of Internet Explorer supports a higher compatibility in NBSP mode, then pages set to Edge in NBSP mode will appear in the highest in NBSP mode supported by that version. Those same pages will appear in E8 in NBSP mode when viewed with Internet in NBSP Explorer in NBSP 8, and in E9 in NBSP mode when viewed with Internet in NBSP Explorer in NBSP 9. Summary: E will not present the compatibility in NBSP View button if either the content of the meta tag equals the version of E you are using, or the content of the meta tag is set to E=Edge. Reference: Defining Document Compatibility, Internet Explorer.
Apart from the NLT, Meadow and GT, Tag as explained in Brian's answer. If this happens for local, intranet, sites, it seems that the default preferences always make intranet sites run in compatibility mode and, even worse, then does not show the button at all. Disabling that display intranet sites in compatibility view setting makes the button appear for local sites too, so you can switch it off. Beware that compatibility view settings is only listed in the full menu, press Alt-T, not in the shorthand gear icon. Alternatively, make EA not recognize intranet sites anymore.
As per this comprehensive MSDN article on Compatibility View, the following list describes different ways that enable Compatibility View. You click the Compatibility View button in the address bar when viewing a web page. When displayed, this button appears to the left of the refresh button and contains an image of a broken piece of paper. This enables Compatibility View for all documents in the domain of the website being viewed. The Display All Websites in Compatibility Mode setting in the Compatibility View settings is enabled. The Automatically Recover from Page Layout Errors with Compatibility View setting is enabled and a web page stops responding or crashes the browser. When this happens, Internet Explorer opens the page in Compatibility View after recovering from the problem. Group policies that identify sites to be opened in Compatibility View are enabled by the administrator of your computer. You have used the F12 developer tools to change the browser mode to identify Internet Explorer as an earlier version of the browser. The Compatibility View list is enabled, which defines a list of websites that are automatically displayed in Compatibility View. To disable/override Compatibility View, you'll have to do the reverse of the action suggested above. The Compatibility View list is an XML file maintained by Microsoft. To remove your site from the Compatibility View list, or to dispute the removal of your site from the list, have the overall site owner verify that the domain site appears in the Compatibility View list. If it does, send an email to epo@microsoft.com that contains the following information: owner name, corporate title, company name, street address, email address, telephone number, website address. Microsoft will review the provided information and remove your site from the Compatibility View list at the next scheduled update.
I've just spent a while trying to determine why the Compatibility View icon isn't available on one of my company's domains, when it didn't appear to meet any of the conditions described in the other answers to this question. The explanation is that XUA compatible doesn't have to be a meta tag. It can also be specified as a HTTP header, not part of the HTML content, and that is the case on the domain I'm having trouble with. This MS page has more details, many of which appear in GTOJ's answer. This URL v equals versus.85 asks.
Se o gosto chegou puxando pistas necessárias.